everyone, welcome back to my channel, She Plans, She Budgets. In today's video, we'll be going over my weekly check-ins from the 1st all the way down to the 21st. So we have 3 weeks to cover, so let's go ahead and just get right into it. Alright, so as you can see here, I have my expense tracker legend that shows the various colors I use for each category. However, I will be using 2 different colors for personal and sinking funds, and I will be showing those to you shortly. These are the trackers I'm using this month. I will have the shops linked down below. Alright, so starting with the first. Okay, so as some of you may know, I like to pay my beginning bills with the paycheck, the second paycheck from the previous month. So January paycheck number 2 took care of this refinance bill as well as my Verizon bill. That's why those 2 are already checked off. Okay, and then moving on to the second. I was actually doing pretty good this week because I did not have a no spend day, or I had a no spend day on the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th. All right, so I didn't actually spend money until the 5th, because it was payday, so. But first I'm going to mark down, if you recall from paycheck number 1, I did have a savings transfer of $1,100. So plus $1,100.26 went back into my savings account because this was the money I also used to help refinance my home. All right, so then after that, I made a extra debt snowball payment from paycheck number 1 as well. And if you haven't seen that video, I will have it linked down below. But I did make a payment of $851.92. Okay, and then lastly on the 5th, I did make a quick store run to Wawa for $33. I forget what I bought, but you know, it's probably food and drinks and whatnot. So $33 was spent at Wawa. On the 6th, I spent $41 on seafood. It's this new crab de jour place around where I live, and I'm like low-key addicted. You'll see in this little spending confessions, if you will. All right, so then on the 7th, I just had my T-Mobile phone bill that was due for $75, and that was paid with paycheck 1 from February. On the 8th, I had a no spend day. The 9th, I went out to lunch with a coworker at work, and I also went to the liquor store. Together, I spent $61.66. Okay, and then on the 10th, I paid my tax preparer $300 to file my taxes, which got filed on the 12th, and I actually got paid for it already. So I was super happy about that, and it only took like a week. Got my tax return in a week. And that was just for the federal tax return. The state one is still pending. Okay, and then for the 11th, back to, this tax preparer money also came from my sinking fund, by the way. So this yellow tracker is representing sinking funds this month. All right, so for the 11th, I had treated myself and my boyfriend to some more seafood for $93.91. This is where the obsession with crab du jour came into play, because seafood. And then on the 12th, that was a no spend day. Okay, good. So far not doing too bad. Got what, 5 no spend days? On the 13th, I officially had stuffed my envelopes. If you didn't see my cash stuffing video, feel free to check it out. It is linked down below. But I did also go to Wawa and purchase some coffee for $12 or $2.12. So just got a cup of coffee. All right, on the 13th, I also got some gas pumped. Some gas for $30. And I think that was everything for the 13th. On the 14th, I went to the grocery store and spent $125. And then I also purchased some birthday cards out of my gifts sinking fund for $30. I had to buy multiple for different people in the upcoming, well, this month of February and next month. Okay, and then lastly on the 14th, I had to Apple Pay my boyfriend $15.93, and that was because I accidentally purchased a phone app on my phone. I guess I was under like a free trial period, which ended. And then because we have the family plan for iTunes, it charges him instead of me. So I must have forgot or something because it charged him and I just Apple paid him, you know, what the bill was. Luckily, it was a one-time purchase, or I believe it's like an annual purchase. So I either will have to cancel it within the next year or just make sure I pay it next year myself. All right, so that was the 14th. The 15th was a no spend day again. Okay. And so was the 16th technically, and I just finished a whole sheet of no spend stickers. And the reason I said the 16th was a no spend day, and that is because Microsoft actually came out on the 18th. And instead of $108, it actually came in at $106.61. And I'm going to just completely remove this utility, which was for my water bill, which I was expecting at $180. You may have noticed that this is currently a sinking fund, my water bill. But I did call the water company earlier this month. They did tell me that they are a little behind, so I probably won't get my bill till March. So I'm just going to take this off because I don't have to make a payment for February. So I'm going to put this here instead because this was like $1.39 cheaper. So I'm going to put that there instead. And let me grab some more no spin stickers. All right, so these are from Erica Life Vlogs. I believe I'm all out of the red, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to the gray. So I was on the 17th, and that was also a no spin day. And like I mentioned, the 18th, I just had to pay my Microsoft bill, which came out for $106.61. So then for the 19th, I had one transaction, and that was me going back to a liquor store, spending $40. Had got, you know, several bottles. Not all for me, of course. And the 19th was also was also a payday, which means I made another debt snowball payment. And this time it was much, much bigger. And that is because I used money from my savings. So if you didn't catch my debt tracker update video, feel free to check it out. It will be linked down below. And for this payment, I paid $3,717.44, which allowed me to pay off Great Lakes loan number 3. It is gone. It is out of here. I never have to think about it again. Well, till after I get my paid in full letter. All right, so that was how much I paid, $3,700. Woo woo. All right, and then on the 20th was another no spend day. And then last but not least, on the 21st, I had several transactions. Well, really two. I made a big purchase on Amazon for mostly my sinking funds that came out of self-care, new stuff, and vet and grooming for my pets. And I spent a total of $169.10. And when we get to the cash portion, you'll see me just pull the cash out of the envelopes, and I need to deposit that into the bank because I did use my card online. And then my last transaction for this video was to treat myself. For my boyfriend and I, normally, like, I don't do any type of celebratory things for myself as far as purchases when I pay off loans, but I was just really craving some seafood and I just ordered like the biggest crab, the biggest shrimp, the biggest lobster tail, you know, and just really treated myself to a really nice seafood platter that totaled $155.95. And that also has to do with, you know, having it delivered for delivery tip, you know, those extra little fees. So I paid that $155.95, and that came from the extra money that was in my account from paycheck number 2, this $698.95. So basically I have $543 left from paycheck 2 that I'm just holding on to. I'm going to eventually put it towards debt, which will go towards Great Lakes loan number 4. I just haven't done so yet. So that's the plan. All right. So now that all of my transactions are laid out for 3 weeks, I hope I don't do this again, take so long to do my weekly check-ins. But now that I got it all down, we're going to go ahead and go to the weekly check-in page. And this is where I record my transactions. These are expansion sheets from the budget expansion pack from the happyplanner.com website, which is linked down below. All right, so I think I'm just going to grab this sheet to make things a little easier for myself and go back to the calendar view. All right, so we're going to check in for weeks 1, 2, and 3. I combined 1 and 2 just to save space on the page, and I have a little results section down here below. But we're going to just go over the numbers for 1 and 2. Okay, so from paycheck 1, I did stuff my envelopes with you all. So here are the numbers. Gas received $90. Groceries and household received $350. Laundry received $35. Personal received $250. Sinking funds received $640. And nothing was for unbudgeted. Okay, so in my first week, I spent gas on the 13th, so this will go here, so minus 30, which means I should still have 60. Then for groceries, which is the green, I spent 125 out of week 2, so minus 125. All right, so I should still have $225 left. All right, laundry is pink and I have no pink stickers, so that is 0, so I should still have 35. Personal, let me just go ahead and add that up. So personal, I had 33 plus 41 plus 61, 66 plus 93, 91 plus 212 plus $15.93 equals $247.62. So minus 247 was 62, minus 250 left me with $2.38. And if you caught my last video, you know I threw this $2.38 towards debt. That's how I was able to make this $3,700 payment. So parentheses means it went towards debt. All right, and then lastly for sinking funds, in the first 2 weeks I spent $300 plus $30, so that was $330. All right, and then turning to my sinking funds page, I started with $1,080. I added 60, 1720, and then in the first 2 weeks I just spent $330, so I should have had $1,390 remaining. So $1,390 remaining. Okay. And then for unbudgeted, that didn't happen until week 3, so nothing and nothing. Moving on to week 3, I didn't really spend much money. The only thing I spent money on was personal, unbudgeted, and sinking funds. So that means my cash envelopes were all the same. Personal, this was my second payday, so I gave myself another $250. But everything else was 0. Okay, so spending for gasoline was 0, 0, and 0. So that means I should still have 60 here, $225 there, and $35 here. Okay, so for personal, I spent so far $40 minus 40 equals $210, and that is accurate, which is in my bank account. For sinking funds, I spent a total of $169.10, but I'm actually going to round that up to $170 because that's what's physically going to go back into my account, $170. So that extra 90 cents will probably get thrown towards debt, because I obviously don't have change in my envelopes. So 170. So $1,390 minus 170 equals $1,220 remaining in my sinking funds. And then last but not least is the unbudgeted, and this time it's going to be marked as unbudgeted because it's coming from my actual paycheck. So I spent $155.95, and this will be marked in red, $155.95. Now this will be just considered gone. I will not work towards putting it back. That's just gone. Okay, let me just put this in right here real quick, and then we can count the money. Alright, so this is my mini happy planner where I house all of my cash envelopes and sinking funds. These envelopes are from both Mojo Cuts and Oh My Pies, both found on Etsy, and both of their shops are linked down below. So, starting with gas, I should have $60, and let's see what I have. 20, 40, 50, 60. All right, so that is correct. Groceries should have $225, and I have 50, 100, 150, 200, 220, 225. I'm actually doing pretty good on my spending this month. I mean, I'm throwing a lot of money towards debt, but spending wise, I'm doing really good. Laundry should have 35, and I have 20, 30, 35. And as you may already know, what I don't spend in my cash envelopes, which are laundry, groceries, and gas, this will become a debt snowball payment as well. But I do that towards the end of the month, sometimes before my first paycheck in the next month, or I'll just do it at the end of the month if I think I can make it to my next paycheck without these envelopes. All right, so like I mentioned earlier, the $210 is in my bank account as my personal spending. Now for the sinking funds, I should have $1,220. All right, and let me just flip you over to sinking funds one more time real quick. All right, so now we're getting into these transactions right here. Self-care, I should have $130 spent towards Amazon, and that is exactly how much I have in here. So 50, 100, 120, 130. So I need to put this to the side because it needs to go back into the bank. Okay. So self-care should have 0. Next is pets. I didn't spend any money, so it should still have $40, and it do. Car maintenance should have $100, and it does. Gifts, I spent $30, so now I have 50, 100, 150, 170, 175, 176. All right, so vet and grooming, I need to take out $15 towards Amazon. Right now I have 100, 150, 154, or 100, 150, 151, 52, 53, 154. So I'm going to pull this money out because I need to get change for this 50. I'm going to just put the 50 right there. Okay, and I'm going to get the change out of the new stuff category. But next, for home projects, I should have $100, and I do. Vacation should have $300. 1, 2, 50, 300. Next, for car insurance, this should have $100, and it does. Savings was holding my tax preparer money of $300, but I spent it, so it's currently at 0. Car registration should have $75, 50, 70, and 75. New stuff should have $0, so I need to take out this 25, which is in here. Okay. Water bill should have $180. 1, 20, 40, 60, and $180. Okay. Like I said, this is the water bill that should have been due this month, but it's not, so I'm going to keep saving this money until I get a bill. Next is miscellaneous, which should have $10, and it does. Okay, currently for my debt snowball, I have $2 in here, which I found around the house, which probably belonged to my boyfriend, and I snagged it. All right, so now for my bank deposit. So I need to deposit $170. So my, which category was it? These envelopes are currently not active. These are the other sinking funds I have, which are lawn care, my birthday, my boyfriend's birthday, and Christmas. Those will come due or become active later on this year. Lawn care next month. These two, June and July for Christmas. So the envelope I was working with is vet and grooming. All right, so vet and grooming had $154. And I needed to take out $15. So this needs to have $139 back. Currently it has $104, so I need to put $35 back. Make sure that's correct. So 100, 120, 130, 135, 36, 37, 38, 39. 139 for vet and grooming. And that was to cover the Amazon purchase. So this should be 170. So 50, 100, 150, 170. And this needs to go back into the bank because I did swipe my card, or use it online rather. All right. Put this in my purse. Oh. I'm like, where am I going? Oh, right. Okay, so everything is now checked in. I'm going to move this page back to where it belongs. All right, so now I'm just going to check off all of my expenses because we have verified everything and counted the money. We know what was spent and what needs to go back into my account. All right, and for a quick recap, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 no spend days out of 21 days, which isn't too bad. Okay. And then I made 2 debt snowball payments, one really big one, and it allowed me to pay off Great Lakes loan number 3. So that means I am out of 19 total debts. I've paid off 16 debts and I have 3 left. It feels so unreal, but I'm so happy, so proud of myself. And I'm very close to paying off another one because like I mentioned, I did get my tax return. All right, so that's basically everything for today's video. Please stay tuned for my budget closeout video, and that's where I will reveal if I use my tax return to pay off my next loan or not. All right, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I will see you all next time. Bye.